I'm back out here with another 300-yard car hood penetration test, and this is actually more of a viewer requested video. A few of you have asked me to try the 12-gauge slugs again, but with the car hood straight up like this instead of flat. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. In all my previous tests, I had the car hood flat to try and simulate how it would be on an actual car. And our 22 long rifle and our 12-gauge slugs are the only things that failed to penetrate. So today I'm actually gonna retry the 22 long rifle and the 12-gauge slugs together. But as you can see, this time I've put the hood straight up, or just about straight up. And I've also set up some wood behind it in case we get any penetration. That way we can see what it'll do behind the hood. So that's our target, and we'll be shooting from 300 yards away. Right there in front of that pine tree. And for the 22 long rifle, we're going to use my Ruger 1022 and these Agia interceptors. And for the 12 gauge, we're going to use my Mossberg 535 ATS and these standard Winchester 2 3/4 inch 1 ounce slugs. I decided to use the longer barreled shotgun this time. It should give us a little extra velocity, maybe 100 feet per second or so. So that should increase our chances of penetrating the hood just a tiny bit more. Okay, 22 long rifle first. I'm just gonna try and aim it first for what I think is about 8 feet above the center of the hood. Well, it sounded to me like I hit it a whole bunch of times, but you can never be too certain. So I'm gonna go ahead and load up and try one more time, just to make sure we get a few good hits. Alright, I think that's good enough. Let's go ahead and try the 12 gauge now. I'm going to start out just aiming about the same area with this as I did with the 22. Let's see what happens. Well, with that third shot, it sounded like I hit my AR 500 gong that was behind the hood. So that one must have went right through and hit the gong. And I guess that's all we can do because now the hood fell over. Let's go check it out. Alright, and we're back out here where the target was. Some of my wood in the hood fell over. And I can see a hit on the gong, just like I said. Our 1 ounce slug must have hit right there. After going through the car hood, that's why it didn't chip too much of the paint off. But it still did hit the gong, and we could hear it from way back there. So now let's just pick up the car hood and see what we can find. So we got a whole bunch of hits from the 22 and just 2 hits from our slugs. Not sure where the other one went. We only did shoot 3 though. But anyways, here's some of our 22 hits. We got 1 down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and that's all I can find right now. There might be more. Down here, yep, there's another one, 15. In some of them we can actually see the bullet still embedded in there. That's a 22 Agia Interceptor, fired from 300 yards away. Just embedded in the car hood right there. That's pretty cool. There's another 22 just stuck in the hood right there. So some of them obviously didn't go through. Like that one had to bounce out. That one's stuck in there. And there's actually 22s just laying on the ground right here next to the car hood. So that's one of the 22s right there. And then there's another one laying right here. That's pretty cool how they just flatten out like that, even at 300 yards. So they're still smacking that hood pretty hard, that's for sure. And here's another 22 laying right in front of the hood. Pretty crazy how flattened it is. You can tell that's the base of the bullet right there. But anyways, our 2 12 gauge slugs. One of them hit right here, and that one actually didn't even go through. And it looks like the slug was just about to come through, but it hit the edge of that reinforcement. I think that's why there's the split in the center there. That must have been our first shot. Our second shot, I believe, was a miss. And then our third slug hit right here and went straight through and hit our gong. And then the gong flew back, and when it came back, it knocked our hood over. At least that's what I'm guessing happened. Now let's take a look behind everything. So we actually had several penetrations from the 22 and several non-penetrations. Here's 2 that didn't go through. Just put a big dent on the second layer. That's why I wanted to shoot a bunch, because some of them were obviously going to hit this reinforced area, and the ones that didn't go through. But then we can see right here, the ones that hit the single layer passed right through. We had 2 full penetrations right here, and we can see another hit right here and then stopped on the reinforced layer. And you can actually see the bullet right there. The bullet's still stuck in the hole. That's pretty cool. Then we had another one fail to penetrate right here because it hit the second layer. And then another clean pass through on the single layer here. And a dent here from another one that failed to penetrate. But it looks like right here we actually had one pass through both layers. That's really impressive. I don't know why most of them stopped, but this one actually passed through both layers. That's pretty cool though. And actually, one of our 22s that passed through the hood hit our board behind it. And we can see the projectile embedded right there in the front of the first board. You can tell it impacted the board sideways, and the front of it is expanded quite a bit. And our 12 gauge slugs, our first one that didn't penetrate hit right here and just put a huge dent on the back. And our second one that did penetrate hit right here. And that one actually went through both layers of the hood as well and left just its jagged, crazy exit. That's pretty impressive. And then after passing through both layers of the hood, it hit our plate right here, hard enough for us to hear it back there with earmuffs on, and swing it back far enough to hit the hood with enough force to knock it over. Oh wow, and it looks like one of our slugs is right here. That has to be the one that hit the gong. That is awesome. And you can still see the rifling marks. That was the base of it right there, obviously. Wow, that is cool. And it was laying just right up here, probably about 4 feet up from our target. Just as we all expected, we had much better penetration with the hood straight up rather than at a flat angle. I'm not sure why one of the 22s actually went through both layers, while most of them stopped on the second layer. And one of our slugs actually stopped on the second layer also, while one went straight through both layers. And also one of our 22s that went through the hood put its little lead splatter on the fence post here. But one of our 22s that did go through went through with enough force to embed itself into the first board, which is pretty impressive for 300 yards away. But anyways, that's all for this test. As always, thanks for watching.